This is latest 247. Okay, this is a case of near broken dreams. This particular lady known as Anette Nneka Echikunwoke is supposed to be, she's a Nigerian, but she lives in Ohio, and she was supposed to represent Nigeria in the last Olympics. She left Ohio to come and represent Nigeria. And when she got there, she was disqualified because Nigeria, the Nigerian Federation and everything, failed to send her drug test to the Olympic Committee. And for that reason, they disqualified the 10 of them that are supposed to represent Nigeria. So right now, she's representing the US and she just clinched silver. According to her, this is more like a dream come true. She knows that this is going to happen, but she doesn't know when it's going to happen because of the failure that Nigeria failed her. To think that someone that has all this capacity came to represent Nigeria and she was disappointed. So let me give you a breakdown of the whole thing. So 3 years ago, this Anette lady was ready to compete at the Tokyo Olympic for Nigeria. Her parents are native Nigerian, but then she was disqualified, like I said earlier. So, but according to her, the federation failed to properly send the documentation for her drug test to the Olympic Committee, and she was disqualified on her birthday, which was July 29th, when she was already in Tokyo. So, according to her, I can't even begin to explain how heartbroken I am. She wrote on her Instagram page about disqualification. It honestly feels like a fever dream. To think of all the hours of throwing session, hundreds of hard lifts, and all the moments when my body ached in pain, reminding myself it would be worth it, just to keep pushing on, sacrificing time with loved ones, and I am left with this sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. She felt very disappointed. It wasn't just her, like I said, about 10 other athletes were also disqualified because of that. So, and she has said that athletes and those that are representing countries or, in this situation shouldn't have to go through this kind of thing. But fast forward 3 years later now, the lady, Anette Echikunwoke, who lives in Ohio already, is now representing the US. And on Tuesday, she just claimed her silver medal for the United States. So the title that was supposed to come from Nigeria, the medal that was supposed to be won for Nigeria, is now for the US. So you can see why sometimes you see countries as growing and you wonder why other countries are not growing, because those countries are smart. So this particular lady, who is 27 years old, her throw during the hammer throw was around 75.48 meters, and this was achieved on her third throw, which was actually good enough for her to secure the second place behind the Canadian lady that actually took the gold at 76.97. Her name is Rogers, and then the China lady Zoa Jie, who took bronze at 74.27 meters. For her, it's a redemption. She told a reporter, it's a redemption. I am so grateful to God for putting me in this position and helping me to get this. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when and how. But it was I was just trusting Him in the process. So, this is the latest silver medalist at the Olympics for the hammer throw. And this calls for celebration, and it calls for never to give up on your dream, no matter what situation you go through. I mean, Nigeria failed her, but now the US is helping her. And that is why I see some athletes that are outside, that are not living in their native country, the countries, their host country that is treating them well, they will always want to represent that country. Like the US and the rest of them. Go look at the France team, look at the Greece team, look at other countries, even the US. A lot of them, they are not even native US born. A lot of them are from Africa or from other countries. But the country they are, the host country treats them well and they represent the country and they take up medals. A lot of the US athletes that have collected medals in these Olympics, a lot of them are not even Americans. Go check the ladies out. A lot of them are not American. I mean, they're American now because they have to represent America because they live in America and they are stationed there. But their native countries are not American. But America is treating them well. The same thing with France and some other countries. So this is a lesson for her to learn, and congratulations to her. She just won her gold, and maybe in the next Olympics, hopefully, maybe. Now she's open to the world. She was on the podium and everything, so maybe she can win gold the next time. All the best to her. Anette Nneka Echikunwoke. Peace.